Good afternoon, Britain. 37 minutes after 2 o'clock, and a British brick factory that's been going since 1988 is shutting. 1880s. Sorry, the 1880s. Thank you very much. Is shutting its doors after demand for new homes and building materials slumped.
Well, they say rising costs, weak consumer confidence and fallout from the Iran war are all hitting the construction trade hard. 28 jobs are now being lost in this particular Leicestershire plant.
Well, we're joined now by Head of Policy and Market Insight, National Federation of Builders, Rico Wojtulewicz. I think I've said that wrong. How do you say your surname?
You say Wojtulewicz, and unless you're Polish, I don't expect you to get it. So don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rico. So, look, this seems very, very bad, given the fact that we have such high demand in terms of new houses. We need the houses to be built. The government supposedly said that there'll be 1.5 million new homes, and then, Steve, we didn't know how many we'd had built. This is really bad news. Do you feel the government should actually be maybe helping you out a bit here?
So, yes, that would be nice. But I guess from our perspective is, how do you help the industry out? Do you give us handouts? Well, I don't really think that's fair on the taxpayer. Do you enable us to operate a business in an environment where you have a sustainable opportunity, you have pipelines of work? Yes, that's the right way to do it. You know, I often cite COVID as a great example. I lobbied extremely hard and I got other people on board to ensure that we could stay open during COVID, because the knock-on effects of any sort of turn down or slowdown of industry really does have a long-term impact on the sector. And this is unfortunately another example of that. 20 years of poor governance, of misunderstanding how the broader construction supply chain operates, not just the people building the stuff, but the people providing the materials. 74% of materials are in construction and manufactured in the UK. You suddenly find a big hit, and it might not seem like a large amount of jobs, but it's a huge impact on the broader industry, because this is just one company, and if they're experiencing impacts,
and it tells a story, Rico, of course, about just the wider state of construction in this country. This government got elected promising that we're going to have a new dawn for building, that they were going to build all these new towns, that they were going to solve the housing crisis with not just thousands of new homes, but hundreds of millions of new homes by the end of the Parliament. And yet they're nowhere near their target. The number of homes being built has fallen off a cliff rather than risen from the lamentable state that it was in under the last government. It's gone further down. I mean, there is no certainty in the sector. The government seems to have not made the reforms that it promised.
So we've previously spoken, and the first 2 years, really what you're looking at are planning permissions delivered under the previous government. So it was always going to be really tough for them. However, they have spent the first 2 years with a lot of proposals, and some of the reforms have been for large infrastructure projects or maybe new towns. And they're the things that actually take 5-10 years to get full planning in place. The new consultation that came out and just closed a couple of months ago, it's called the National Planning Policy Framework, that will actually enable a lot of homes. But we're quite late in now to their parliamentary term, and those policies, you know, especially for SME house builders, small and medium-sized house builders, who are the ones who are going to be building the homes that are going to meet this target, not the very big ones, because they're going to take a decade to come through. They need the help immediately. And if they don't implement, say, the medium-sized site, which helps those SMEs immediately, could take 2 more years. And then you've got 1 year to really deliver on your homes.
Well, that's a good point.
They've only just realised how hard all this is.
Yeah, well, listen, Rico Wojtulewicz, I did my best there. Thank you very much. Really good to talk to you.